The new reminder system in CIOC version 3.5 is intended to assist users in creating task lists for themselves and other users, as well as provide a means of communicating information to other CIOC users. Reminders can be for general tasks or communications, or they may be tied to one or more records. You can work with reminders by clicking the Reminders link in the sidebar, or, in the case of reminders tied to specific records, through the Record Details page. You can also create a reminder for a group of records through your search results. Reminders have several possible states. A current reminder is an active task that is not overdue. This means that it has no specific start date, or the start date has already passed. It does not have a due date, or its due date is sometime in the future. If you have a current reminder and no past due reminders, you will see a reminder icon in your sidebar and also in any records the reminder applies to. A past due reminder has a due date that has passed. If you have a past due reminder, you will see an alert icon next to the reminders link in your sidebar and also in any records the reminder applies to. A pending reminder has not yet reached its start date. A dismissed reminder has been removed from the list, usually because the task is complete or the communication has been read. Reminders that have been dismissed for all assigned users are periodically cleared from the database if at least 1 week has passed since the last dismissal. The list of reminders works the same whether you're working from the Record Details page or the main Reminders page. When working in the main Reminders page, some users also have access to the Admin Notice section. This is the area for global super users to receive setup change requests in multi-member databases. The new Reminders page has replaced the old Notices page and sidebar link. When you first view your reminders list, you will see any current and past due reminders. Past due reminders will include the due date of the reminder in the alert color. Each list will be subdivided into reminders that are created for me, assigned to you by yourself or another user, or created for others, created by me but assigned to another user. If you have reminders that have not yet reached their start date, you can click the Pending Reminders link to view the list of future reminders. Click it again to hide the list. By default, dismissed reminders are not part of your list. If you have a dismissed reminder that has not been deleted, you can click the Show Dismissed button to include them in your list. Clicking the button again will hide the dismissed reminders. The following actions and/or info are available from your reminder list. Quick info. Hover over the page icon to quickly see who created a reminder, if not you, who the reminder is assigned to, when the reminder becomes active for pending reminders, edit. If you have permission to edit the reminder, click the folder icon to open the reminder to view all details or edit a reminder. Search. If the reminder is associated with records, hold your mouse over the magnifying glass to view a count of how many community information or volunteer opportunity records are associated with the reminder. If the reminder has a mix of records from both modules, you will see two icons. Click the icon to bring up a search containing these records. Note that you can only retrieve records that are part of your current view. Dismiss. If you have completed the task or the communication, you may dismiss the reminder from your list using the X icon. You may have the option to dismiss the reminder for everyone. If so, please only do so if you have fully completed the task and it is no longer necessary for other users to see the reminder. Restore. You may restore a dismissed reminder to your regular list using the refresh icon. Note that dismissed reminders are periodically deleted after at least 1 week has passed since all assigned users dismissed the reminder. High priority. If you have assigned a high priority note type to the record, you will see the high priority icon next to your reminder in the list. Read more. If you have a particularly long reminder, you can click the Read More link to view all the details. To view less, click the Less link. Whether you configure your reminder from the Record Details page, the Reminders page, or through your search results, the form for editing the reminder is exactly the same. If you wish to tie your reminder to one or more records, you can do so in the Records section by entering any combination of community information or volunteer opportunities records. You can use the organization finders to find record numbers. You may optionally specify that your reminder applies to only one specific language of record. If you choose only French, for example, the reminder will only display when you are viewing the French version of the record. If you do not explicitly specify who your reminder is for, it will be assumed the reminder is just for you. You may specify that the reminder is for you and/or other users in your database. Super users may assign reminders on a per agency basis. Best practice is to only assign reminders to the users that need to see or act on them. Some reminders require each user to see or act on them, while others require only one person to do so. Use the dismissal section to indicate whether a user can dismiss the reminder just for themselves or for all users. In other words, because they completed the task and no other user needs to act on it. A start date is useful for a task you know does not need to be completed for some time. By putting a future date in the start field of your reminder, you can choose to keep this reminder out of your active tasks until it makes sense for you to actually begin work on the task. The start date should generally be well enough in advance of the due date to allow you to complete the task before it is due. This is an optional field. If your task must be completed by a specific date, you can enter a due date. If the task is not dismissed before the due date passes, it will become a past due reminder, and an alert will appear in your sidebar and also the records it applies to. As with the internal memo field, you can choose a note type for your reminder. These note types are shared with the internal memo field, and you may have many types or none in your database. More types can be configured through the note type setup in the shared general checklists. If the note type is flagged as a high priority type, it will cause an exclamation icon to appear next to your reminder, indicating that this is a high priority item. The only required information for you to fill out about your reminder is the details section. This is the area where you will enter specific details about your task or communication.